Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ivy and I am a 10th year special ed teacher in Northern California. Today I am bringing you part 2 of my huge special ed classroom haul. So let's go ahead and get right to it. Next up I'm going to share things that I got that are decor things for my classroom, classroom supplies, classroom organization, things that are specifically for my resource classroom. Okay, so the first thing, and I'm not going to take it all the way out because all the pieces I think are going to start falling out, but I got this math chart that I can hang up, and it has numbers represented in different ways, so like finger, word, dots, and then in a 10 frame. So I'm going to be using that at some point in my classroom. I also printed and laminated a set that's kind of similar, these posters, but on a bigger scale. So to be honest, I kind of forgot that I had gotten that chart before I printed these and laminated them, but I think that I can probably use both in different ways, so that's totally fine. And then I actually got a bunch of different pocket charts. So this one's really cute. It's like stripy. I got this one at the Target dollar spot. To be honest, I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with all of these yet. I just knew that I needed some. So I found, in addition to that one, some different long hanging pocket charts at the Dollar Tree. So I got some different colors of those because I'm thinking about potentially color coding my phonics groups this year so that I can have charts up with like their keywords, their sight words, their sounds that we're working on. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to use those, but I knew I was going to want to have some different options for that. I did pick up, I have a ton of borders from the years, but I did find some at the Target dollar spot that I thought were really cute, and they're all double-sided. So this one's like just rainbows, but on this side it has multicultural hands making little hearts. So those are cute. I got these ones. These are like alphabet with the lines and the dots for like the guides. So they have the alphabet with white on one side, and then they have black chalkboard with white on the other side. Again, I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with those yet, but I was thinking they might be nice to even put like strips of them on my work tables so that kids had them for close reference. I'm not exactly sure. I just thought those were cool. And then this one I love. It has solar system on this side, and then on this side it has just like rainbow, kind of like boho chic rainbows on this side. So I picked up those ones as well. I really am planning on kind of redoing the entire decor, like walls and everything for my classroom. So I just picked up a couple things that I liked. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to use those yet. And then next up are some bins. So I picked these ones up at Dollar Tree. They're 4 different colored book bins. I may use these to like organize supplies in my teaching station so that I can like pull for different groups. I did also grab a set of these like mini supply organizers that I might be using on my tables, and they match colors, of course, match with these ones. So I'm not exactly sure. I may end up using these differently, but I grabbed a couple of those. I also grabbed a whole bunch of these bins at Walmart because they were on sale for 50 cents, and I liked the colors of them. I don't know 100% what I'm going to use them for yet. I might be using them in cabinets for like supplies, for organizing like curriculum, organizing my stuff, organizing books for the bookshelf. I'm not 100% sure yet, but they were so cheap and I liked the colors, so I grabbed a whole bunch of those. Also from Dollar Tree, I grabbed a bunch of these activity trays. I thought I had only grabbed 4, and I actually grabbed 6, which makes me happy. These I can use for, like, if I want to make sand trays, if I want to organize, like give kids certain letters that we're working with, and I want to be able to like sort them and organize them ahead of time and then hand them something. I think these trays are going to be great for that. So I grabbed a bunch of those. I also grabbed, I think these ones were from Dollar General, but I grabbed a couple different sets of just some plastic cups that I can give my students an option so that they have a cup in my classroom. I'm planning on putting them in a drawer probably by the sink where I'll just label their names on the bottom and kind of store them clean upside down so that when they come to my classroom, if they want to grab a drink, they can just grab their cup, fill it up, bring it to their workstation if they want to, because I usually only have students for about 30 minutes at a time, so I want to maximize that time as much as possible. Okay, next up is a whole bag of supplies that I picked up at Walmart over the summer when they were on sale. I didn't buy any new crayons, markers, color pencils, any of that stuff when I moved into this classroom last year, and we have used up what was here. So I've been telling my kids all year last year, I'm gonna be getting us new supplies over the summer, and I just waited for the sales to come up and I got a bunch of stuff. So I'll show you what I got. I grabbed 2 packs of the multicolored skinny expo markers. These are the ones that I like for the kids to use on their whiteboards and different mats when we're doing word work. So I picked some of those up for the kids to use. I also picked up just a bunch of sets of regular colored pencils. I think I got like 8 packs of those so that we have plenty. I picked up some of the skinny markers. I think I got 8 packs of those as well so that we'll have plenty to share. I grabbed some new boxes of crayons. I actually had gone back and got some more crayons. I think they're over there. So I think I have 8 boxes of these too. I picked up 2 sets of the Ticonderoga pencils. If you're a teacher, you know these are the ones that sharpen the best. These are the ones that last the longest. I messed around with so many different pencils last year from the dollar store and everywhere else, and they would just break and they wouldn't work for the kids. So I just went ahead and got the good ones so that I don't have to worry about that this year. I did also grab a couple different packs of the fatter expo markers for me to use on the whiteboard, or if I want kids to have different color options or something, if they're drawing pictures for me on a whiteboard to go with vocabulary words. I just wanted to have some different options there. I didn't buy any new expo markers last year, so the ones that I have are toast. I needed a new set for sure. And then I did grab a pack of different colors of ballpoint gel pens. I use these occasionally, and I'm going to be able to use them with my students as well. So I grabbed some of those. In this bag, I just have more crayons. I went back and got more. I don't know why I only got 4 the first time, but it looks like I went back and got like 4 to 6 more. So I'll have plenty of crayons this year. And then from the Target dollar spot, I grabbed some of these little boxes. I thought that these would be good if I wanted to put flashcards or letter cards or something, like have them sorted ahead of time, kind of like what I was talking about with those trays. But I thought that these would be good to like put in their little supply caddies. So if I wanted to give them a set of flashcards and like have those ready in there. I did order, I kind of forgot about this. This is one of those like huge long number lines that has the numbers switched back and forth between red and blue to kind of help kids track with their eyes when they're using them in the classroom. And these have positive numbers and negative numbers. So I forgot that I got these. I was planning on maybe putting them around the top border of my classroom, but I may just use chunks at a time of them. I'm not 100% sure if what I'm going to end up doing with those, but I thought those would be good for reference. And then when I was at Dollar Tree and I got all those pocket charts, they had a couple different packs of sight word cards. So I went ahead and got 2 different packs. They don't say what level they are. They just like have some different sight words. I thought I could use these on my word wall so that I wouldn't have to create all of the words for those. And then I also grabbed some just plain word strips as well that I can write on if I want to add to my word wall, you know, words that aren't in those packs. I got a couple of those too. And then the last thing that I got for like classroom space and classroom setup were a big set of different colored trays. So these are something else that I can have that I can kind of prep ahead of time, where I can put like a worksheet and a whiteboard and a marker and some, you know, letter tiles or whatever it is that we're going to be using for a center that day. I can line them up over on the counter if I need to and have them prepped ahead of time, and then just pull those out and put them on work tables when I'm ready for them. So I grabbed, I think 6 of those as well. And I think, oh, And then I did grab a set of these binder rings or book rings to use for, I mean, there's a ton of different stuff I can use for, but if I print out like a set of letter cards that I want to be able to flip through and reference for phonemic awareness groups or phonics groups, if I want to organize like word wall words, or, you know, there's all kinds of things that you create. I can use those book rings to clip them together so that they stay all together, and I can hang them like around my room if I want to just be able to grab them and use them like for quick reference in the classroom. And then the last set of stuff that I have is stuff that I actually printed and laminated for decor for the classroom. All of this stuff I got for free. I think all of it I got for free from Teachers Pay Teachers. So I will link these down in the description box below so that if anyone's looking for any free resources for classroom decor and you're interested in what I purchased, those will be easy for you to find. So first thing that I made are a set of laminated letter cards. These will be for my word wall, primarily for my older students. So I thought these ones were really cute. I printed them out on a small scale. They're going to go probably on this wall up here. It's a pretty big wall, and I'm going to spread them out so that we have a word reference wall that we can use throughout the year. So I printed out a set of those. And then I also created a set of alphabet letters. I liked the pictures on these, but they do have the lines and dots for reference for my younger kiddos. And at first I was thinking that I was just going to put this up as an alphabet, but I'm actually thinking that I might use these and create a separate word wall for my primary and my younger grade students. So I'm not 100% sure yet, but I do have two different versions. I'm planning on using them in different areas of my room as a different reference for different kinds of students that I work with. I did already share with you the number cards that I printed out and laminated as well. Those I'll be using with my primary kids, so those will probably go in my primary section of my classroom. And then I found this great resource. I have had the same classroom calendar set up since the very first year that I was teaching. So it's been great, but I was ready for a change aesthetically. So I found this as a free resource. I'm sure it was on Teachers Pay Teachers, and it had all different like options of backgrounds that you could print from. So I kind of like mixed and matched. I printed these for the year and then a similar style for the months. I think those are really pretty. And then for the days and like special activities, I used a different like version from that pack, but that goes together. So it's still Blackboard version. And these are the little numbers that I printed. So I have like a whole little envelope of those, and I'm super excited to get that set up because like I said, I've had the same calendar for my whole teaching career. So it'll be nice to freshen that up. Okay, and then the last thing that I brought in for like classroom decor kind of stuff is this box of plants that I actually propagated for my classroom over the summer from plants that I had at home. They all took root, and so now they'll have a new life in my classroom. So I have two kind of like bigger ones in bigger pots that I'm probably going to use on my teacher tables, like have these close to the windows. And then I was thinking of putting these littler ones. So I have two in these little terracotta pots, and then I have two in these little pots. Maybe putting those on my work tables just so that my kids have like some little plants near them. I don't know. I haven't fully decided yet, but that is 6 new plants that I made out of plants I already had and just some old pots that were sitting in our shed. So I'm excited to have a little life in the classroom with those plants this year. Okay, and then this last section of stuff is basically all stuff that I got for myself. So things that I got to just have in the classroom, things that I will be utilizing in the classroom, you know, basically some stuff that's just for me. So first thing that I got, and I'm super excited about, I put it together at home last night and brought it in, is this 3-tiered rolling cart. I have kind of two separate areas of my classroom that I work in, like two separate desk spaces. One that I use primarily for like the paperwork and case management side of my job, and then a whole other area that I use for more of like my teaching space and where I keep all my teaching supplies and tools. But things like pens, highlighters, paper clips, supplies, those kinds of things, I obviously use in both of those spaces. And rather than having to move things back and forth constantly and always trying to find things, I thought if I had this cart, I could organize everything on here, and then I can move it wherever I am in the classroom to be able to use it. I also may be able to use it when I'm going out to other classes to do assessments. But something that I thought would be kind of cool, let me just show you guys really quick, this cutting board that I got. So here's my idea. I'm hopeful that my husband will be able to help me out with it. He thinks it'll work out fine. But the idea is that we would mount this with like a hinge on top of the cart so that it has like a work surface, so that when I'm moving around to different parts of my classroom, I can bring it on with me, have my computer on it if I'm taking data, have some other things on top, but still be able to hinge it up and store things in the top. So I'm not sure if it's gonna work out, but I think that would be really cool. It would kind of make it like almost like a little portable standing desk. So let me show you. This is kind of the idea. I mean, obviously that would be a little more centered, but this is kind of the general idea for how it would look if I'm able to end up using it that way. And then underneath, I can store all the supplies. So let me show you. I did bring in a couple little organizer kind of things, possibly to put on that cart to organize things. So these I already had at home, actually, these little bins. I may use those on the bottom. I also brought just some littler supply bins that I had purchased some little organizers for a project that I was doing in my bathroom over the summer, and these ones were left over, so I brought those in for the cart too. And then I thought this was so cute, this little like utility tray thing, and it's all white and it has a wood handle, but it has like two little pockets here and then a full size bin here, so I'm probably gonna end up using that on the cart too. And I did pick up a little basket that has different sections. So I picked this up at, I think at Dollar Tree or Dollar General, so that I can do like my highlighters, my pens, things like that, and kind of organize those that way. And speaking of highlighters, pens, those kinds of things, I did not buy any of those kinds of supplies for myself this last year. I just used everything that I already had, but kind of like my classroom supplies, they are used up and I just needed some new stuff. So I got a couple of things. I did get a big pack of Flair pens. Any teacher knows Flair pens are the way to my heart, and so I just went ahead and got them. I got a huge pack. I think there's 24 in here. There's like neutral fall colors. I just thought those were really pretty, so I picked up some of those. I also picked up a set of pastel highlighters for myself to use. I thought those were pretty. I thought the colors went really well with my planner for this year, so I picked up some of those. I did grab myself some of these mechanical pencils. These are the ones that I like to use, and I have kind of run out of them through the last couple years, so I grabbed myself a set of those and a set of the black Ticonderoga pencils, just to kind of keep track of the ones that are, you know, on my station, the ones that I use versus the ones that the kids use. I got the black ones for myself. And then as far as like case managing goes, I am always scrambling right before an IEP meeting to find blue or black pens that I can take to the meeting. So I just got a whole set. I plan to like have these in my IEP cabinet that only get used for those so that I don't run out of them throughout the year. And then I also got a couple of just blue and black Bic gel pens too that I can use for meetings. At the Dollar Tree, I grabbed a couple of these wire bins. So these ones are baskets, and then there's I grabbed two paper ones too to use like on my desk and my space for sorting. So I grabbed a couple of things for that. And then I picked this up at Marshall's yesterday. It's just like a little wooden slab. We have these all over our house, but I thought this one was cute. It was really small and it was only a couple dollars, so I grabbed it. I think I might put my diffuser on this and like my oils over in my teaching corner. I'm not 100% sure yet. If I don't end up using it at school, I can always find a place for it at home, but I just thought that was really cute. I did grab a desktop calendar. I think I picked this up at Walmart. This one's kind of cute. It has some different like sticky notes that you can put on the days of the month. The days of the month. But I grabbed this because I use my planner for like all of my weekly planning and like organizing and sorting and all of that kind of stuff. But with the case management side of my job, I need to be able to see like when dates are coming up and have something that I can look at for the month. I'm also going to have an aide working with me this year, so I wanted something that she could reference too. So I grabbed a small one so that I can have it out on my desk and kind of keep track of monthly things that way. I'm going to try that this year instead of trying to use my weekly planner for that, and we'll see. I'm hoping that'll work for me a little bit better. And then one of the things that I'm most excited about that I purchased for myself this year, I should have done it a long time ago. Like I said, this is my 10th year teaching. I don't know why I've never picked one up. It was only $21, but I think that this is something that every special ed teacher should probably have. There were a lot of resources last year that I could have and probably should have made if I had had one. And I guess I didn't realize how inexpensive it was going to be, but I purchased myself a laminator. So this I will keep in my classroom. It's super lightweight. I already took it out and have used it to laminate the stuff that I showed you earlier. I kind of plan to keep this in my desk area to use as a quick resource if I need to print something that I'm going to be using the following day. I can use this to make adaptive materials for students, but like I said, $21. I should have bought one sooner. This is the brand, the Scotch brand that everyone recommends. So I just went ahead and got that for myself this year, and it's already come in super handy. And of course, I ordered some of the Scotch brand laminating sheets too. So I just went ahead and got 2 packs of 150, so 300, so that I have them for the year and I don't have to worry about running out. I can use them for whatever I need. I actually purchased these I went and looked at them at Walmart when I got my laminator, and they were a little bit more than I wanted to spend. So I went on Amazon. They were about the same price. I went on the Walmart.com website and I bought them for cheaper than they were in store, and then I did the pickup, and so I'm pretty sure that I got the exact ones that were on the shelf, but I paid a lot less for them. So I got 300 of them for a pretty reasonable price doing it that way. And like I said, now I don't have to worry about running out of them this year. I can use them as much as I need to, and I will have them. So I'm super, super happy that I went ahead and did that this year. The last couple of things are just kind of things for me, for my space, to make it a little homier for myself here. I spent a lot of time at school and I just wanted to have a couple of things. So I purchased these. They're just little plastic set of plate, bowl, and cup. I really liked these colors. I got these from Walmart. They were on sale. They were really inexpensive, but I thought those would be good to have in the cabinet for when I'm creating a lunch instead of eating it out of a Tupperware. If I would like to, I can put that in a plate. I can put that on a plate or in a bowl. And then I just grabbed this at the dollar store. I didn't want to spend $10 on one, so I just grabbed a little dollar drying rack for dishes so that I'm not always having to take dirty dishes home. I can kind of like rinse things off here and have them dry during the day and then take them home clean. I'll probably end up putting that in one of these cabinets right here next to my sink with like a little dish mat underneath. But I'm excited to have that. And then the last 2 things that I got for myself are just things that I wanted to have here at school to kind of make my days a little bit, like I said, more homey. So first thing is an electric tea kettle. I don't typically use a microwave. We do not have one at home. I don't have a microwave in my classroom, so I'm a pretty big tea drinker, especially in the afternoon when I like need a little boost. So I wanted to have that so that I can like heat up water without having to go to the teacher's lounge and heat up water in the microwave. And I can use it for tea, I can use it for coffee. So that brings me to the very last thing that I purchased for myself for my classroom for this year, and that is a French press. I found a pretty good price on one on Amazon, so I just went ahead and got it. I can brew coffee here at school, I can brew loose leaf tea. So I'm, you know, those are kind of like little splurges that I got just for myself, but I think that that's going to make it, you know, easy in the morning. I won't have to prep hot water or coffee, make sure that I bring it in so that I know that I have it. I can always brew something here at school if I decide that I want it. So that is the end of my classroom haul for this year. I want to thank you so much for being here and getting through the end of this video. I hope that it gave you some ideas of things that you could potentially purchase for use with your students to create homey space in your classroom. I would like to say, just to reiterate, I did not purchase all of this stuff. There is quite a bit that I purchased myself. Don't feel like if you're a first year teacher or a first few year teacher that you have to run out and try to purchase all this stuff and spend thousands of dollars on your classroom. You really don't. These are just things that I knew would be beneficial for myself and my students to have in my space for this year. And I was fortunate enough to be able to do that this year. That's everything that I wanted to share with you. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I do plan to do a full series of classroom setup videos using all of this new stuff to organize a brand new space in my resource room this year, and I would love to have you along for the ride. So keep an eye out for that next video, and I will talk to you soon.